Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ed Talks 1, the Toy Addict 1, and today I bring to you the product review of Transformers Earthrise Roy for Cybertron trilogy. My man, Smokescreen. Now, this is the Earthrise version. I do not have the Siege version. I didn't really want to go pick it up because I didn't really like Prowl and Blue Streak. Though Blue Streak is better looking than Prowl, when it got the Smokescreen, it didn't look right. This looks amazing. This looks like he almost stepped out of a cartoon. Not masterpiece quality, but very close. And as you can see here, get a little quick look at him. You can see the head sculpt, you can see the paint job. It's a very matte finish. Look at it from the sides here. From the back, the legs are a little hollow, I know that, but that's just because, hey, they got to be able to transform, so that's going to be a very important step. So please bear in mind that that's where the hollowness comes from. Other than that, though, the toy looks fantastic. Let's straighten out my camera here a little bit. And he does have a weird way of standing up. Like, I gotta get used to these heels back here, which kind of do help, but it's still a little weird, a little odd to get used to. He does have pretty much the same articulation if you had the Siege versions. The arms go out to here, and yes, they do go out there. He comes with the guns, which I wish they were silver, but they're not. They're blue, and they do detach. The legs go up to here. You can do that. It's got a nice little chest. You can see there, the chest is more aligned, and then the abdomen is more aligned, and then he has that similar separation of legs, very similar, kind of like Optimus Prime has on the Earthrise Prime. Yes, so you can see that there. The doors do flail out however you want to flail them out. If you want them like that, you can do them like that. And this is the box that he comes in now. I had to get this from Japan, so he does have the Japanese kanji here, being number 7. And there's the side of the box right there, as you can see. And there's the top of the box. The instructions are inside. And there's the side of the box, which shows all the different toys that are there. So we can get a good look at that. And then from the back, you get to see the product and everything like that. The boxes are pretty much the same, except for the difference of the, kanji that's on the box, because this is a Japanese version. And we can put that to the side. Now we can concentrate on the figure. And here he is. And we can do a comparison with Smokescreen, because he's the one I have readily available. I don't have Prowl available, so let's get him back in focus here and tilt this to the side here in just a moment. All right, so we got this here, and let's bring him in. Where did he go? There he is. Now you're gonna notice something that a lot of people did not like right off the bat, and the first thing that you notice is kind of the weird legs. And I think for a lot of people, I may have to turn down my exposure a bit. Let me get that so you can kind of see because of the white. So we're going to set it at 3.2 for just a second. The head sculpt on him is very nice. I've always kind of liked their head sculpts. But the body structure just looked a little weird for a lot of people. A lot of people weren't happy with the body structure of the Siege versions of what we refer to as the Dotson brothers. The legs are really the part. They're very skinny. And if you look at him from the side, well, I don't know why. It does look like he's on a Segway on his feet, which that didn't bother me. I don't, he's supposed to be the Cybertronian mode, so I expected that. I didn't know we were going to get an Earth version of any of these, so when Blue Streak comes out in Prowl, yes, I will get them because they look far superior to the Siege versions, and I think the Siege versions are going to, the box. And again, I want to do a comparison from the back for each, and you can see there, like I said, there's the hollowness, but for both transformations it's needed, but the legs in particular, I guess if you want to call it the thighs, that thickness of the thighs gives it a little more, I don't know, a more cohesive look, a more proportioned look as compared to these skinny legs over here, which are, it's been quite the problem. Other than that, from the back, they do have the doors, Blue Streak did get the guns. The guns are a little weird. I still wish, third party makes silver guns, especially for the Earthrise versions, and not the guns that match like the paint scheme, because that looks a little plasticky. But I mean, it served its purpose because of the three of the Dotson brothers, Smokescreen and Blue Streak had shoulder mounted weapons, and in the cartoon Prowl didn't have it, but of course the G1 toy did. Unfortunately, I don't have the classics versions. I know I do, but they're put up and I'm not going to get them. Let's face it, they had their issues with the big weird looking neck, and a lot of people not knowing that you can actually pull the feet down on the classics versions, which gave them a little extra height. But those things were a pain to transform. Every time I tried to transform it, the doors would come off. Not that it was a bad thing, but there were a lot of other issues like the paint issues. So the Siege versions, even the Siege versions, were a breath of fresh air compared to the Chug versions. So that's just to sum that up real quick. But other than that, these both, they serve their purpose. But this is just going, when the rest of the Dotsons come out, they're just going to look better. They're going to look better with the more Earth style. And I think for a lot of people, when you get them, if you have both versions, you really are going to fall in love with this guy. So the next thing that we're going to do is just going to pull him away. And what we want to do next is transformation. This is only my second time, so if I make some mistakes, feel free to correct me in the comments section. So first things first, we're going to take these doors off and take the gun off. And I do like the gun. Like I said, I like the gun. I just wish it was silver. I just really wish it was silver. And just to give you a comparison to the little, guns here, little pea shooters. Alrighty. And through YouTube magic, we'll be right back. And we'll start the transformation. And we're back for the transformation sequence. Guess what, y'all? I don't know how to transform it. This is only the second time I've done it. So if I make any mistakes, feel free to get at me. So first things first. If I'm not mistaken, we need to lift up the head and the arms. You'll see that there's a door right there. See that? And that's going to form the little chest vent at the top. Pay attention to that. So then after that, what you want to do is you're going to see a hinge right there. And you just kind of float it back upon itself. And then lift that up. And that's going to be very important during the transformation. And what you want to do is lift down the arms. And there are little pegs on the side, as you can see right here, that the doors will fit into when we get later down into the transformation later. So and you want to do that. And after that, the arms are going to fit sort of like that. And after that, I think I missed a step. It's only done this like 2 times. So no, that's not right. I know it's something I'm not supposed to do with the arms yet because of the body. So let's take those back out. And twist these around. And what you want to do from here, you're going to see these things right here on the side. Flip those back into place. I forgot to talk about those. They don't do much for me. I don't see where they lock in place. But I guess you're supposed to use them. And then, of course, you want to flip these tabs back in to hold the struts or whatever. And you just start the process. And it kind of just folds in on itself, so to speak. And then you'll see it lock in place there. You kind of just fold that down. So that's where you know where you're going with it. Same thing up here. Then you just want to make sure that they lock in place. This is why I transform off camera sometimes. But apparently people want to see you transform it because, you know, they don't know what they're doing and they don't read instructions. And I'm not very good at reading instructions. Well, especially when it comes to these things. I just kind of wing it. That's how I've been since G1. And, you know, you can position the fist however you want. The idea is to make sure that those pegs are there. So you're pretty much in car mode, and then from there you just kind of hear everything collapse upon itself, and voila. That's what I was looking for. I had to push that up from the bottom. You can see that there. And that's car mode. That's the bottom. And you can see the head there, and I guess you can do that. And just like the other ones, the door, they'll kind of pop open. There's a little flash right there. You can see that. Move my hand out the way. Other than that, that's the car mode. And I mean, it pretty much looks like a Datsun. I mean, it's not a Datsun, but it's close. It's a good job on that. You know, you just kind of want to keep everything flush. I don't like the wheels. I think the wheels are weird, and I think that for Smokescreen, because he had the extra front. So this is based off of the racing Datsun. This is not just any Datsun. It's actually based off of the racing car. And for the stock, he should have had like extra, you know, doors should have been a little bigger, you know, around here so it matches the front, because it's supposed to be a race car version of the Datsun. But I guess they didn't do that. And you can see there's the headlights. There's the side. It's supposed, it should be, I think, 36 instead of 80. Never was quite sure. And then there's the back. It's some pretty good, you know, it's not like full details. But, you know, if you look at the top here, he does have like the, you can hear it. I mean, overall, it looks pretty good. And if you want to weaponize them, you put the gun there, which, and put the guns here. This is why they should be chrome. You know, I mean, and you got a race car. It rolls it rolls really well. And, you know, like I say, he's a little bigger on the chest like the original Smokescreen was. And just for a little comparison, we'll bring in Smokescreen and, you know, Datsun versus the, you know, mode car and everything. I mean, I kind of dig this, but this just looks better. I mean, all around, this is the better than this. I kind of wish they just really never made these, and not for Ironhide and Ratchet, because at least Ironhide and Ratchet, you know, I could have been okay with their Cybertron modes, but, you know, this, it's weird. But you're not going to really put the weapons on here. I prefer my car because that's how the car should look. But with this, you got the guns, just really driverless. So I could see that being like a race car that's going to go around and shoot things and I do think the underside is a little cleaner as opposed to this one, But that's just the way the transformation is. The head's going to be back there because there's no way to bring the chest forward up here. That's the way he's going to look. And this is the way he's supposed to look, In the doors, I didn't really bring them in close and you hear that click. That satisfying click and you can see it, So you get to see me transform for the second time. Yay, you get to see my process. My process is crude. But let's get them back in the view here. But I mean, yeah, this is much better. This is going to be my definitive Smokescreen. I don't think I'm not going to buy the Siege Smokescreen. Like, I don't think I'm really going to purchase it. I was never pleased with these. So that's going to be a no for me. Other than that, I think their vehicle mode is very nice and they look great with each other, And if you want to compare it to Voyager, my upcoming review here, so you guys can see, or a leader class. Hey, there's a leader class. Okay, there's a double dealer for you. Okay, all right. So we're gonna get back, and through the power of YouTube magic, we're going to give the final thoughts. Hang tight, people. Back from YouTube magic and my final thoughts. Excellent figure. The paint job is nice. I rarely saw any mistakes, with the exception of the weapons just being blue instead of being some type of chrome. This figure looks awesome. I mean, looks almost like the G1 cartoon. I don't know what we're going to get when we get the Earthrise version. A lot of the Kingdom toys are out, but we're still waiting for the second part of the trilogy. I mean, if he looks like this in there, that's going to be great. You can't go wrong with getting these versions. These are, to me, superior over the Siege versions. Yes, I know duplicating and running out and finding these things has been a pain in the butt, especially the Earthrise molds. But I think we're going to be pleased. We've already seen reviews of Prowl. We've seen reviews of him already, as well as Blue Streak, and of course, the next Earthbound versions of Ironhide and Ratchet, and those are going to look excellent too. And I think that when you get this, you're going to be very pleased with it. Everybody I know that has it, which is not a lot of people yet, have been impressed with that matte kind of paint finish. It's amazing what they did with this. So personally, my opinion, I give this a 10 out of 10. I think this looks a lot better than the Siege version of Blue Streak. Of Smokescreen, and I'm just amazed by this. This is one of the best Earthrise figures to come out. Very well proportioned. Looks like his G1 self. If you were to go back in time with this figure, your younger self and kids around you would be upset. So go out and get it if you can find it. I actually got mine from Amazon Japan, but he's actually cheaper in America. The only reason why I got it from Amazon Japan is because the price with shipping, it came to $30. $32, and I got it in about 4 days from Amazon Japan. But he's $20 at most places, and if you factor in shipping, he's gonna be about the same price. You might save a few bucks, being patient. I just wasn't. It was a good opportunity to get it, and I got him. Still waiting on my Earthrise Megatron. I got delayed, but soon enough I'll have that. And other than that, excellent figure. So my name is Ed Talks, the Toy Addict 1. I appreciate you watching my videos and hanging around. And please like, subscribe, and share. And remember, I'm trying to get to 600. I even left the comments open, so you still have a chance to comment on my Earthrise Ramjet and Dirge video. I'm going to leave it open for a little while longer. So the road to 600. Why 600? I just like that number. So when we get there, that hot link giveaway will come. I will not back down from my promise. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.